All right, hey guys, welcome back to another DOY Creations video. We're getting ready to do the tutorial for the checkerboard headband. This is going to be the twisted version. I got some 4-ply yarn. I am going to be using black and red. You can choose whatever 2 colors you prefer. I am using acrylic yarn, so this is 100% acrylic yarn. So those are my 2 colors. I am also using a number 5.5 crochet hook or the letter I crochet hook. You're going to also need a tapestry needle to sew in your loose strands. And you're also going to need a pair of scissors. So if you have all your supplies together, I'm going to get started with the color black. Now you can get started with whichever color you prefer. But if you're going to make it exactly like mine, I'm going to start with the color black. So let's go ahead and put the red to the side. Start off with a slip knot. I wrap the yarn around 2 fingers. Go in between the 2 fingers, hold the 2 strands, and I made my slip knot. All right, guys, we're going to start off with, let's move this over some. We're going to start off with a chain of 87. To make a chain, make sure I got, to make a chain, you just take the yarn, pull through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go ahead and make a chain of 87 and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have a chain of 87. In the 4th chain from the loop, that's 1, 2, 3. The 4th chain from the loop, I want you to put a double crochet into that stitch. All right. And to each stitch across, put 1 double crochet into each stitch. To make a double crochet, you wrap your yarn around your hook, go in, pull through. You got 3 loops on your chain, on your hook. Go through 2, go through 2. So I want you to go ahead and make 1 double crochet into each stitch across. Once you get all the way across, you should have a total of 85 double crochets. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so once you get through with your double crochets all the way across, you should have a total of 85 double crochets. Now you're going to chain 1, turn your work around. That chain 1 does not count as your first double crochet. So I want you to put a double crochet into that first stitch. So let's go ahead and put a double crochet. And where you put the chain 1, put the double crochet in the chain space. And then we're going to do 4 more double crochets across. So that makes 2 and 3. 4, and when you get to your 5th double crochet, you have 3 loops on your hook. Pull through 2 and stop. Now we're going to grab our second color. Mine is going to be the red. So once you have your second color, let me remove this hairpin. So I have my 2 loops on my crochet hook. I'm just going to take my second color and I'm going to leave a little room, leave a little yardage, and I'm just going to take it and pull it through to complete that double crochet. Now I'm just going to take that strand of the red and I'm just going to tie it to my black. So I'm just going to create a little knot so they can join together. However you make your knot. I'm just tying them so they can be together. All right. This is just an extra step that I do to ensure my work doesn't come down. So now it's going to be easier from here. So now that my red is now on my crochet hook, I'm just going to tie it up a little bit. I'm going to crochet over both the red strand and the black. So we're going to do 5 double crochets into the next 5 stitches, and we're going to just hold on to that and crochet right over it. So black is kind of hard to see, but whatever color you're using, put 5 double crochets in the next 5 stitches. So that's 1 double crochet. This is the second double crochet. And you see I'm crocheting directly over both the black and the red. And that's number 3. Here's another one, number 4. And number 5. Now when we get to the 5th double crochet, we only do it halfway, all right? Now I'm just going to drop the red and now pick up the black. And that's what we're going to be doing throughout this whole process. So now I'm going to finish it off in black. So now I have my black onto my crochet hook. So I'm going to put, making sure that I'm carrying both yarns, I'm going to crochet in the next 5 stitches, double crochets. So I got 1 double crochet, go to the next one, put a double crochet, in the third one, put a double crochet, and as you can see, I'm crocheting right over my red, okay? So that's what you're going to be doing throughout this whole process, is crocheting both of them together. So that was 1, 2, 3. Here's number 4. And now I'm on number 5. So every time you get to number 5, you go through 2, stop, drop that color, pick up the previous color. Now we don't have to go over that red anymore, that strand anymore. You can cut that off at this point, or you can keep going. It doesn't matter. So now the next, because everything is in 5. So we started off with 5 double crochets in the black. Now we went 5 double crochets in the red, 5 double crochets in the black. Now we on 5 double crochets in the red. So the next 5 stitches, we're just going to put double crochets into the next 5 stitch in red. So let me show you that again. 1, make sure I didn't miss a stitch. And I'm just going over. 2. Now I can, this strand piece right here, I can just go ahead and cut that on off because this was just my tail piece when I connected. You can go all the way, but if it gets in your way, just cut it because you don't need that piece right there. Just so it doesn't be confusing. All right, so now we always carrying both red and whatever color you're using. So I'm carrying both red and black. So I'm working on red, but I got my black right down here, and I'm crocheting directly with the black. So this is number 4. I'm sorry, that's number 3. Number 4. And so now I'm on number 5. Number 5, I always work just half of the double crochet. So I go in, I go through the first 2 loops, I drop the previous color, I drop the color I'm working on and pick up the previous color, Mine is a black. And I finished that double crochet in black. Okay? Now, I'm just going to do 5 double crochets in the next stitch. 1. Making sure I'm working right over my red. 1. 2. 3. 4. And when I get to the 5th one, I only work it halfway. So I go through 2, drop the black, pick up the red. I'm sorry about that, and pick up the red. So you just drop in and pick it up. So you're going to repeat that all the way across, just like I'm doing right here. You're doing it in 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And now I'm back on my red, and I do 5, drop the red, black. Do that all the way across, and I'll see you at the end. All right, guys, so this is how row number 2 should be looking. Everything should be in increments of 5. If you have additional 1 or short 1, don't worry. These pieces going to be connected so it won't be seen. All right, guys, so let's go move on to number 3. We're going to row 3. We're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work around. Remember, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to turn our work around. We're going to bring our red up because we're going to continue to carry our yarn. And in the first stitch, see how I'm going right under that red? And I'm going to do my double crochet into the first stitch. And I got my red connected. So now I'm going to do 4 more double crochets across. So that makes number 2, 3, crocheting directly over my red, 4, and number 5. When you get to, I'm sorry, that's 1. Okay. Hold on. When you get to your 5th one, make sure that you only going halfway. So I got 2 on my hook. I'm going to drop the black and pick up the red. It's going to go a whole lot faster when you don't have to record it. All right, and so now I'm just going to pull through. So now I have my red, and now I'm crocheting directly over my black. So I'm just repeating what I just did on row 2. So go ahead and do what we've been doing. And we're going to do this for a total of 3 rows. This is row number 2 of us with our color change. So now we on red. I want you to continue to be on red. That's number, okay. And then number 5. You know where you're at because you're matching it up. So, stop right there, drop the red, and now pick up the black. It's just dropping and picking it up. It's just dropping and picking it up. So now I'm on black. So I want you to repeat this all the way across. This is how we looking. This is 1, and now we're on 2, and we're going to do this for 3 rows. 1, 2, and do this one more time where you just putting your black with your black, your red with your red, so forth and so on. Repeat that for 3 rows, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, just a quick note again. Make sure when you get to your end, you always chain 1, turn your work around, and when you get ready to make your double crochet, you're crocheting directly over your bottom color. So my bottom color is red. So I'm gonna bring it up, wrap my yarn, and make sure when I go back into that first double crochet, I have that red attached right to it, just like this. And we don't have to worry about this red showing right here because you won't be able to see it. So go ahead and continue on with the process for one more row. I just wanted to come back and show you that. So go ahead, and this is going to be 1, 2, so I'm on my last one, which is 3, and I'll show you what to do next. All right, guys, so this is how we looking so far. So far, so good. All right, so now what we're going to do is you're going to, when you get to the end of your 3 rows where you added your color, I got to go back down one because I don't want to complete this. All right, so once you're done with your 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, when you get to your last double crochet, we're getting ready to change colors. So you're going to pick up your second color. Mine is red. So I'm going to finish that last double crochet off with my new color. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn my work around, and now I'm going to bring up the black. So I'm going to wrap the yarn around my hook, and I'm crocheting over my black, just like this. So my previous rows was black, and now I'm on red. So I'm gonna do my double crochets across, and make sure you're crocheting directly over your alternate color. So again, if you are 1 double crochet short, or even if you have 1 extra double crochet, no worries. You don't have to take your work down. You won't be able to see it at the end. So now I am on red. So I got all the way across. Now I'm going to make sure you in both stitch. I'm sorry, 1 second. I hope you guys can see this really well and hear me. So I'm coming up to my next one. So here I go. I'm going to drop the red, pick up the black, and finish it off just like I did at the bottom. All right, so now I'm on black. Now you see how now I was working on black, and now we're on red, and I was working on red, and now we're on black. So what you're going to do with this one here, I have a better, need to do a better system with my, my yarn, but any case, so now I'm on black. So I'm going to do 3 rows just like I did at the bottom. So where there's red at the bottom, I'm going to be using black, and where there's black at the bottom, I'm going to be using red. So let me just show you that. So where there was black, now I'm on red. Where there was red, and now I'm on black. So you're going to do 3 rows of red, 3 rows of black all the way across, and I'll meet you back once you have your next 3 rows done. All right, guys, so this is how we are looking so far. You see how the next row we had that, and now we have this color. So now we're going to change to, we did 3 rows of red. Now we're about to go back to black. Remember, when you're getting ready to change to the next color, you don't finish off your double crochet. You drop the color that you was working on. You pick up the next color you're getting ready to use. And let's finish that on off. All right, so let's chain 1 because now we're getting ready to work on black. Turn your work around. Do a double crochet into that chain 1 space as we did in the previous rows. And so now we're going to do 3 rows of this color, and we almost done. So let's go ahead and do our double crochets in black now, making sure we crochet over the red. And we're going to repeat this process for a total of 3 rows as well. Just like this. So there's our black, there's our red. Sorry guys, it went out for a second. So there's our black, there's our red. Do not worry about this because we're not going to be able to see it at the end. So now we're going to drop the red and pick up, drop the black and pick up the red. And now we're going to finish this on a cross as we did in the previous rows. So go ahead and do 3 rows of the black, the red, just like we did in the previous row, but this is the colors that we're working on now. So go ahead and do 3 rows and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I'm back. So this is how our work look so far. All right, so as you can see, we went 3, 3, 3. So that's it for that. So for the next row, we're going to chain up 1, turn our work, and we're just going to carry the red just for a little while because we're on our last row. We started our first row doing double crochets, and so we're going to do our top row doing double crochet as well. So we chain 1, turn your work around, and let's go ahead and carry the red so far. You don't have to carry it too far. I'm doing this so I don't have to sew in the red. So I just want you to do 1 double crochet into every stitch across. And like I said, I'm only going so far covering the red or crocheting over the red. So go ahead and do that. You don't have to go all the way with the red, just so far so you don't have to do your sewing at the end. But put 1 double crochet all the way across and I'll meet you back. You're only using black right now. All right guys, I'll see you at the end. All right guys, so we are done with actually making the headband. So this is how the headband looks. Pretty cool. So now that I have my row of double crochets, I want you to leave a nice long piece of thread onto your work, maybe like a few inches. And I can cut it off because we're going to sew this part in. So we're done with that portion there. And now we're just going to take our work and just do a slip just to fasten it off. All right, guys. So the hard part is over. Just kidding, because that wasn't hard. So I'm just going to move my yarns to the side so you could just lay my work flat out. So here's how our work looks. Now we have this small strand right here, so we can go ahead and thread our needle and you can just sew that piece in. Go ahead and do that and I'll be back. Okay guys, so what you're gonna do now is we're just gonna fold our work. You're gonna fold it in half, just like this, and flatten it out. So I got my work, make sure it's nice and even, fold it in half. Once you have your work, I want you to take your tapestry needle and thread that long strand that we talked about. All right, here's that. So that's that. So we got our needle thread. We're just gonna fold the work in half, flatten it out, pick up the work, and you're just going to take this part here And we're just going to put it in here, just like this. So all I did was took both sides, twisted a little bit, and I'm just feeding it this with this and this with this. So I got 4 space here. I got this part here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm just laying it flat, making sure it's even, just like here. All right? So this is how we look. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm just going to connect all 4 of these coming down. So let's bring this a little close. So all I did was, I got this part, I'm twisting a little bit, and I'm just bringing them together, just like this. So I got this part in, got that part in, and I'm just making it even. Making sure that they all line up together. All right, just like this. So once you have them all nicely and even, just like I have it here, you're gonna take your tapestry needle, and we're just gonna go through all 4. So I'm in here, this is my second one, here's my third, here's the 4th, and I brought my tapestry needle all the way through. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take my tapestry needle and go back in on the other side, bring it through all 4 pieces, and bring it through. And I'm going to do this all the way down my work. Okay, go in on the back side, make sure you're going through all 4 pieces. I'm through all 4, and bring it up. So go ahead and do that all the way till you get to the end right here. Okay, so I sewed it all the way down to the end. I'm just going to do it one more time here. And then I'm just going to bring it up. All right. And now that I connected it from that end to that end, I can take the rest of this yarn and I can just hide it somewhere in here. You could just hide your work. All right. You can hide it as much or as less. I'm going to stop right there. And now I can just cut my yarn. All right, so once I do that, I can just take my work and just turn it inside out. So once I turn it to lay it flat like this and turn it over, we have a nice twisted checkerboard. Let's move that to the side. A nice twisted checkerboard headband. All right, guys, so that is it. That is how you make the twisted checkerboard headband. Now, you could definitely make these in different sizes. This one is anywhere from a medium to a large. If you need this smaller, instead of making 87 chains, you can make 77 chains. If you need this to be larger than this size right here, instead of making 87 chains, make 97 chains. So that will complete the tutorial for my twisted headband, checkerboard headband. If you enjoyed it, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the tutorial. I hope I was very clear. If you have any questions, please leave it down below. All right, guys, until next video, stay prayerful, stay humble, and stay in the word of the Most High. Thanks for watching.